beginning now in February, we start with Exodus. And you know the meaning of that word, right? Exodus. You know, it means to leave, to escape, to get out of. So our word exit, same idea. Exodus, exit. So today we're going to start with that. And you know this story, right? How it begins. Because the people of Israel now have been stuck in Egypt for 400 years. And the next one out, it says there was a new king now who took over. Before, remember Joseph, and he was the second ruler. But Joseph's now gone. It's been 400 years. There's a new king who, about God's people of Israel. And they are afraid of his people because his people have been growing and growing and growing and growing. And the king is afraid if those people rebel and our enemies come, they will overpower us. So now, what does he do? He tells all of the people, he says, the people of Hebrews, you must do what? Your babies, the girls are fine. The girls are fine. But the boys, you must throw into the river and die. I mean, there are many, what happened? But one of the moms, decided, instead of throwing her baby in the water and drowning him, she put him in a basket. And that baby then, and it was found, you see the picture there? It was the princess who found the baby. And when she found the baby, she called him what? Moses. Moses. Why? That word, that name, Moses, means what? It means the one come out of the water. It means, Moses, that word means I took him out from the water. So his name describes who he is. That's Moses. Moses. So, and you know that story if you read it. Oh, it's pretty cool because the girl there, Miriam, was following. That was her brother in the basket, and the sister was following along and goes up and says, hey, I know someone who can nurse that baby for you. Oh, and the princess says, oh, yeah, fine, go. And so really, Moses' mom got to take care of and feed him while he grew up until he was ready. And then he grew up in the Pharaoh's house. So if you know that story, wow. But for us, we're going to jump ahead, okay? Because now Moses, when he was 40 years old, he whoops. He whoops when he was 40 years old. Remember what he did, Becky? What did Moses do? Why did he have to run away? Remember? Oh, because he killed, one of the slave masters he killed. He killed him and buried him, and he had to run away when he was old 40. Now he's been gone for 40 years, 80 years old. How many of you are over 80? Yeah, one, over 80. Over 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 80, so 4, and that's all of you. So people tell me, 80, over 80, I'm retired now, I don't have to worry, blah, blah, blah. Moses, when he was 80 years old, that's when God called him, come on, you're going to go to work now. So Alex, you're over 80, and it doesn't mean you're finished, you still have more work to do, okay? I'm married. Well, the next one, you guys know this story. That's God calling Moses with the fire. And now, when God called Moses, did Moses want to go? Well, oh, sure, yeah, I'll go. Oh, hesitate? He's come on. A little bit scared. Yeah, a little bit scared. Yeah. Really, he didn't hesitate a little bit. He was alive. He was. Well, God said, I want you to go, and Moses was like, well, what if they don't know who sent me? And so God has to, and well, how do I? they won't listen to me. And so God said, well, here, I'll show you. Take your staff, but put it down, become a snake, and put it in here. And well, oh, fine. Oh, fine. Oh, and then the water become red. Oh, so God said, woo, woo, woo. And Moses, oh, no, I can't speak good. And oh, boy. So Moses again and again and again and again. Finally, God says, go, I'm going to send your brother, already coming. And his brother's name was what? Aaron. Yeah, and God, I love that verse because it doesn't say, God says, I will send. No, God says, Aaron is already on to meet you. So God already planned for Aaron to go with him. But Moses didn't know that. So finally, so Moses is not very willing. And so I think it's pretty interesting when you and I read that, when God calls us to go and do something, are you and I always willing? It depends. Oh, first time. Excuse, yeah, well. See, and that's. See, so you and I, sometimes we feel, I'm not ready, I don't know what to do. Same with Moses. Moses was the same. So I don't know what I'm going to do. God, what if they don't listen to me? You know, you and I, when we go and talk with people about Jesus, well, what if they won't listen to me? We're the same. But you and I know who is sending us, who is going with us. Come on, who is going with you? Jesus. Jesus is going, the Holy Spirit is in you. And see, that's where Moses was, and that's where God says, I am who I am. That was his name in the Old Testament, meaning, I am God, period. That's it. There was no God before. I was here. I'm here now, and I will be here forever. That's who I am. So you and I, we feel the same as Moses, but you and I don't have to be the same as Moses, because you and I already know the answer. You and I have already seen what God done in our life. Moses, still, but now he obeyed, and he goes. Now the fun starts, because he goes to Pharaoh, and he says, I want you to free the people. And Pharaoh, of course, says, no. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, God has an answer for that one. What does he do? I love this. That is that they took his staff and he threw it down and he became a snake. But they had magicians. Is that the right sign? Magicians, you know. Boom! They had magicians. They had magicians. And their magician could also take a stick and throw it down and become a snake. They couldn't. And so they became snakes. But what happened? Did they just go, or what happened? You remember reading that?
Moses, they
Not pick it up, but before he picked it up, what happened? Is that Moses' snake, what did he do? He went over and he swallowed all of their snakes. So their snakes couldn't overpower his one snake from Moses. So even they could do the same thing. Moses and God were showing, it looks the same, but you have no power. You cannot defeat God, even though you look the same. No way. Would you like to see that? I think it'd be pretty cool. Now, of course, Pharaoh should have listened. He should have listened. He should have said, go worship God, go away, but Pharaoh wouldn't. And so God said, fine, then I'm going to send you, how many plagues? How many plagues happened?
12.
How many plagues? Well, which was it? Some people said 10, some said 12. How many? Hey? How many? Well, okay, next one down. There were 10 plagues. Now it gets fun. Because why did God send 10 plagues? Why did God send 10 plagues? Because the king did not believe. But why not? Just like the Ten Commandments? Well, often you're right. And that's why I was at number 10. Because Pharaoh would not let go of the people. Okay, see, that's the reason why plague. But you also have to realize the Old Testament, often you'll see the number 10. That is God's number for complete. And so like the 10 Commandments, it means that's enough. The 10 plagues, that's enough. So God says, that's it. So often you will see that 10 number in the Bible. But you're right. Why? It's because the Pharaoh wouldn't let him go. Why those 10? Why those 10? Do you ever think about that? Why those 10? First of all, you have to realize that those people in Egypt, did they worship God or who did they worship? They worshipped idols, yeah. They had gods. Yeah, oh, now that was one. Ra, okay. Remember that one, okay. Remember other ones? Ra was a popular one. Isis, okay. Horus, oh, very good. Awesome. Yeah, and see, and that was the thing. One of their most popular gods was what? Was the sun, Ra, right? And we'll come to that one. But before that, first, their most popular that they saw often was the river idol named. What was the river name? The Nile. Yeah. And so if you remember in Egypt, many people lived right alongside because the water every year would move and then new soil and then it go back. So the people lived right along the river. And so their idol, really the most popular one, was the river idol called the Nile because that's what gave them life. And so they worship the Nile River and that idol. But the first plague, God, what did he do? Boom! Yeah, boom! And it became blood. And all of the river, the fish and everything, died. And so what was supposed to give them life now is death. And so God, from the first plague all the way through, God was showing the people, your idols, your gods, are nothing. Are nothing. So the first one hits against the Nile River. That one, Aaron helps with that one. He touches. And this one, again, the magicians could copy this one. So they really weren't scared. And this one with the river of blood, it hit the people of Egypt and the people of Israel. Both experienced the river with blood. The second one, frogs. Can you imagine an idol for a frog? They had a god for frogs. Yeah, why would you have a god for frogs? What good is frogs? For what? Well, see now, Dawn has a different perspective on frogs. Yeah, because Dawn, what'd she do? She kissed her frog and it became a husband. Oh, yeah! Well, for them, frogs were good luck. They were good luck. So for them, when you had frogs, that was popular. That was good, So they had idols. They had gold frogs. They would, they would worship. You don't have a gold Greg that you worship, right? No. Oh, a green Greg. How about green Greg? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A green Greg. Oh, okay. So you have to, so we're going to change his name sign. Not Greg anymore. He's Dawn's frog. Okay. But see, why would someone worship a frog? But for them, that's what they did. And God was, again, when he sent the frogs, instead of being a good luck thing, it became a curse. Because now you had frogs all over over the place. Oh, see, now for me, that's not so bad. Why? When I grew up, one of my favorite foods was what? Frog legs! Yeah! Oh, so we have lots of frog legs. You guys eating frog legs? Yeah? Oh, yeah. They're just like chicken. They're just like chicken. They really are. Just like tiny chickens, that's all. So, yeah, so frogs, yeah. But yeah, for them, it showed your idol, again, has no power. None. So let's keep going. Now, the next one, after the lice, or you know what lice are, those little, like those fruit flies, you know, that, or a bad bug, oh yeah, oh. But that's what they said. Now, this is the last one, because this one came up from the ground all over. It was like the ground itself. Oh, I can't imagine having lice in my home. Have you ever experienced that? You know, yeah, it's like, I don't know if I don't know if I would want that. Yeah, but that's the last one now. God was sent to both Egypt and Israel. But the Pharaoh, each time Moses went to the Pharaoh said no. God sent the plague, and then the Pharaoh said, please, please stop, and you can go. But then when it was gone, what did the Pharaoh do? He changed his mind. He changed his mind. Every time he changed his mind. And so again, Moses would go back and say, if you let God's people go, it'll be fine. If not, and he wouldn't listen. Well, now at the fourth one, with the flies, something interesting happened. Before, all of them were against the people of Egypt and the people of Israel. But from now on, these did not hit the people of Israel. So where the people of Israel lived, right here, there were no flies. No problem. But all the way around, there were flies. So the people of Egypt, they were suffering, and the people of Israel, they were fine. Yeah. Can you imagine that? So you're standing over here, and you're flying. Oh! You stand over here, nothing. Ah! Nothing. Whoa! What would you want to do? Do you want to stay over here? Or would you want to move over here? Which one? And so God was showing the people the separation. You're going to stay over there, but you're going to have, but over here, my people, you'll be safe. But the people and the Pharaoh, still, they were stubborn. Now, you and I would never be that same stubborn, would we?
Sometimes.
Would we? I'm afraid. You know, we talk often about the king. Oh, he was bad, you know. He kept telling God, no. I'm sorry to say, sometimes I'm the same way. You know. Okay, well, let's keep on going. Okay. Now, these here were okay. They hurt the people, but you know, it really didn't impact them much. You go down to number 5. Wow, this impact. If you have frog, you know, I can't. If you have, it bothers me. Fly, it's okay. But now, before that, you lose nothing. After now, you lose. Yeah, that is. So now, instead of only flies, instead of only blood, now your car breaks down. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if all of you are here today and you went out and all of us, our cars broke down and didn't work? What would you do? What would you do? Come on now, all of you would be pulling out. Triple A. Yo, come and help me. Yeah. And then you're stuck, and you walk home. You're fine. You're not that far. Yeah, that's fine. But you're gonna walk home? Yeah. No way. See, now when your animals start to become sick and die, now God is hitting the people and saying, you can ignore, but now, now it starts to hurt. Ooh, so you have the animals, you're right, well, you're right, so the animals become sick, your food is lost, but now it gives even more. Now it hits the people with boils. And it doesn't say exactly what boils, but what would your idea of boils? What's a boil? You know, have you ever had one? No? Have you ever had one? Have you ever had? Oh yeah, did you see my wife? Yeah. Yeah, what if you had zits all over you? Big zits, not little, but big, big zits. Oh yeah, how would you feel? You've never had a zit, right? No, yeah. And I know you guys, if you have a zit, what do? What do? Pow, pow! Why? Because it hurts. You believe it? It hurts, kind of. Pow, pow. Can you imagine? But all over. Ow! 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 In the Old Testament, Job also talks about Job had boils. And what did he do? What did Job do? He had a piece of broken pot, and he broken, and he scraped because it itched and itched. Oh man! Can you imagine that? Would you be able to go to work? Would you feel like eating? Yeah, I know. You would. Yeah. Like chicken pox. Yeah, that would be a good example also. Yeah. What? Ivy. Oh yeah, ivy poison. Ivy. Yeah. Oh, that's same. You see, that's what God said. So the people. Wow. Now again. The people of Israel, they were suffering. I mean, the people of Egypt were suffering, but the people of Israel, they were fine. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be over there or over here? Which one? Over here! Yeah! So for us, it's an easy understanding. As God goes through this, God is showing them again and again, you want to stand over there or to stand over here? Which one? Well, now it becomes even worse. Now the animals are gone, the people are sick, now you have the hail. Can you imagine again? So right here, is boom, over here, nothing. Over here, boom, and it destroys their crops. So really, first of all, this one, the hail, destroyed like the flax, the crops that they made for like wine, for enjoyment, for things. It didn't destroy their food like the wheat, not yet. It was their enjoyment crops. That was destroyed first with the hail. Secondly, with the locust, now it hit their wheat and what they eat. So first it destroyed their enjoyment. Second, it destroyed their food. Wow. And each one of those, God was saying, your idol is nothing
compared to
nothing. Yeah. Locust. You know what a locust is, right? What's a locust? It's a grasshopper. Yeah, it's a grasshopper. Yeah. See, now again, I love chocolate grasshoppers. Oh, they're good. Shirley, I think we should make those for Thursday night. Oh, no, for Passover dinner, we'll have grasshoppers, okay? Yeah! Hey, Ben, if I bring chocolate-covered grasshoppers, do you eat one? No! Anyone who wanted to eat chocolate-covered grasshoppers? Justin? Yeah! Now, the more important question is, would your wife still be able to kiss you after you ate a grasshopper? Now you know. See, so that's like, oh, wow. So these here now, you have their idols. But all of you talked about the most famous god in Egypt is the sun, Ra. So the 9th plague was against
the sun,
Ra. And so specifically God was saying, your idol Ra, that worshiping the sun, I will show you who has more power than your son, God. And again, so right here, over on this side in Egypt, it was dark. Over on this side in Israel, it was what? It was light. And like, wow, so you go, dark, light, dark, light. Again, which one you want? There? From Texas, he wants the sun. Oh, you should have seen him today. This morning he came to your the sun, and he was jumping. Oh, no more darkness. Yeah. God was showing them. Wow. Finally, the king still would not listen. He wouldn't obey God. And finally, God says, fine. What you started doing, you murdered my children. You murdered my boys. The last plague, what am I going to do?
Kill
Your firstborn. They're going to die. And it says it happened in all of the houses in Egypt. Now, who was the most important god in Egypt? Who was the top god in Egypt? Who? Who was the top god in Egypt? Who?
Actually,
it was Pharaoh himself. Pharaoh himself was the top god. He was looked at as the top. He was the son of Ra. And so he was the top god. So God in the last plague was showing, okay, you're supposed to be the most important god in Egypt. I'm going to tell you, your son is going to die. Stop. What happened? You stop it if you can. And Pharaoh himself, could he stop God? No. And so God was showing, you have no power. Now, I think it's interesting. People ask me, recently people were reading this, they said, did God send an angel to go down, or did God himself go down, or how did God destroy or kill all of the babies? How? Well, that's how they protected him, right? But how did God kill all of them? Who? Was it an angel or what? Well, it's sickness now. Yeah. Well, actually, we'll show you. I want you to put out this verse so you would know, okay? It says, God is talking, and God says, that same night, I will go through all of Egypt. I will strike down the firstborn from the people and the firstborn from the animals. I will judge the gods of Egypt because I am the Lord. Wow. So who is it who killed all those babies? Who? God wouldn't do that. God's a nice God. He wouldn't kill babies. Come on. What's wrong with you? That's wrong. We got to take that out of the Bible. Well, that's what people think. Do people accept God is mean? God's mean, right? Is God mean? No. Look at this. Look at this. You know, for 9 times, God says you can choose. You can stay over here, or you can be one of my people. You can stay over here, or you become one of my people. You can stay over here. You become one of my people. God again and again and again. What do? He warned him and warned him and warned him. If you stay over there, move over here. And the people, what they do? Well, what they do? They stayed over there. They stayed over there. And so God finally says what? He says, I will judge you. People today don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that God's the one who judges us. They like to think God is all nice and but also, go back up one more. Go back. All that, what was God showing to you and I? Who has the power in the world today? Who has?
God.
Yeah. Who created the world? Who created it? God. Who has all the power to control the world today? Who has? God. And so so people, when they ignore that, that's fine, but you got to realize who you are ignoring. Yo! So where do you want to stand? Over here or over there? Where do you want to stand? Yeah, over there! Yeah! See, when you and I go out into the world, you have to realize we are doing the same thing that God helped them to understand. We are asking people, where do you want to stand? You want to stand over here, outside of God's love, or do you want to move over here, where God's love and forgiveness, and, it's like, I want to be here, I want to be over there, come on! I mean, think about that, yeah, I want to stay here, yeah! And so that's why God said, now, you were right, go on next one. It says, the blood on your house will be a sign for you. When I see this blood, I will pass over you, and no plague will touch you. Go on, next picture, and you see what they did. They killed the lamb, and they took the blood, and they painted it. And so God, when he came down, he saw the blood, he passed over. He didn't punish the people in that house. This Wednesday starts what? This Wednesday starts Ash Wednesday. And then we have Lent. And at the end, you and I will have Passover. We will celebrate Passover with the blood. And I wonder sometimes, I think, oh, Ron, you have a lamb? You guys have a lamb? No lamb? I was wondering, think we can get lamb's blood? We'll paint it on the door this year? Lee, okay? Lee's okay? I want to put blood on the door. I want to. You know why?
We are lambs.
Well, see now you're now my wife has jumped ahead. My wife has jumped ahead. Okay. All right. Why do I want to put lamb's blood on the door? Why? Because often I think you and I have, we have a nice picture of church. We have nice, it looks beautiful, it looks nice. Back in the Old Testament, when you worship God, it was messy. You had blood on the door, you had dead animals all over, oh, wow. Today, but I'm thinking next time, we have to emphasize it. How many of you were baptized with blood?
Hands.
Have you baptized with blood? Really, yeah. Really, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. It is true. When you and I came up to be baptized, this was water that was taken in and sprinkled on us. But when that water was sprinkled on us, you and I were painted. You and I were drowned. You and I were covered. Not with water. With blood. Whose blood? See? That's it. You and I have been covered. We've been painted with blood. So now when God looks down at you and I, instead of seeing my sin and all the dirt inside there, God looks down, he sees the blood, and what does he do? He passes over me. He does not punish you and I for our sins. But the same as in Egypt, he passed over their house and did not punish them. Same God passes over us and he does not punish us. See, and that's why I think maybe next time we have a baptism, we should use blood and put it on so you can see the picture.
Where'd you get that blood?
I don't know, that's what I said. Maybe we can get a sheep and we can butcher them in blood and we'll put it on the parents will like that, right?
No.
Yeah, no. I know. Yeah, you can make it first one. Yeah. Woo, that'd be all right. Yeah. Yeah, no, not so much. Okay.
Not with that dress. But God doesn't require a blood sacrifice.
See, and that's it. You're right. Oh, colored water. Colored water. Put some dye in there. But see, I want you to understand, God, in all those plagues and all that God did, God was showing us. He was showing the people, but he also was showing us who he is and what his power is, but also what he wants. He doesn't want the people of Egypt to be separated out there. No, he wants he wants all the people to become his people, to join together. God doesn't want to punish them. He wants them to have the blood on their door so he won't pass over. God wants all of us to have his blood put on there so when he looks at us, that sin, that sin pass over. And you and I, we will be painted with blood again today. Yeah. When you and I come up for the Lord's Supper, God again will be applying his blood to us. He will again be covering us and saying, you are not standing over there. You are standing right here with me. And I have covered you. You are mine. And I will take care of you. So God's already freed you and I from that slavery, not from Egypt, but from sin. So when you and I read these Old Testament, sometimes people read the Old Testament stories, they're like, yeah, there's nice Old Testament stories. But really those apply to you and I the same way. Because that God who said, I am who I am, is still the same God today. He hasn't changed and he never will. The same promises for Moses, the same for us. So now, what's next in the story? What's next in the story?
Father.
Yeah, they let the people free. That's right. And so the next, when you're reading this week, you're going to learn about what? What is it? Yeah, the water. We call it the Red Sea, right? But my question is, you like the movie? You watch the movie, The Ten Commandments? You know, Moses holds up his hand, and what happens? Whoa! I want you to read this week and tell me, how did the water really separate? Was it Moses, and then right away, or how did God separate the water? Read that and see what happens, okay? Ooh, did it go down? Did it go down? No, it didn't happen that way. Yeah? Oh, yeah, in the movie it showed the water. Read the story so you can tell me how that happened. Also, you have another time. So Moses raised it up when the water, there was another time though, when Moses raised up his hand. And you're going to read about that this week also. So read those stories. So this story of God saving his people, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. God never stops saving his people. He does it again and again and again. Same place. Okay? So now you know the full story now? Okay. How many plagues? 1. Yes. Any questions? Any questions today? Well, I encourage you, when you read this, find out any question, because I have a lot more that we can explain, but I want to give you just the basic. You know what happened, why it happened that way. Because for you and I, often people, they know how to apply those stories. But now you can tell people, how many of you have been baptized with blood? Yeah, all of you have been baptized with blood. All of us have been painted. So we don't have to paint the door in blood this year. We don't have to. We don't have to kill the lamb. Jesus already died. We don't have to kill the lamb anymore. But maybe you and I can have fake blood. We can put it on there so people know when they come in, it's a safe place here, okay? So think about that. How? Oh, we'll use the red paint. Okay. Well, better water dye paint it over than wash it off. Easier to wash off. Yeah. Maybe Janet can find us some red streamers, you know, and we can just tape them up there to show the blood. That'd be easier. Yeah, it'd be easier to pull up. But when you read read this, we see how does God apply this to us today? How does God continue to show his power today? Same thing. He hasn't stopped. Lord. Yeah, Lord, thank you. Lord, it's awesome how you control just that fine line to show over here. Over here. Your peace. Thank you, Lord. You are not the God of chaos, but you are the God of creation who brings order and peace for your people. Be with us today and help us, Lord. Even though what happens in the world, we are here. And you give us your peace. Lord, hear us and answer our prayer. Oh. Now,